Alright guys, ICC Cup Fitz back here. Just had some apple pie and some Yoplait yogurt. So without further ado, my throat feels much better now. And spawning in our bottom left on Circuit Breaker will be our Brown Protest, competing for Team All Kill Kings. Will be Seed, our BaD Seed will be our Protest player. So spawning in the bottom right, it will be our White Zerg competing for SK Telecom Team 3. It will be Skeggaba. I'm gonna call him Ska. Skeggaba. Skeggaba. Skeg. I'm gonna call him Skeg. I've heard of I don't know what's going on. So, you know, Circuit Breaker is just a pretty big map, just generally. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary, really. You have a gasless third again. So a lot of people, there's a lot of ramps too, so it tends to be pretty interesting for like TVT and stuff. I don't really see a lot of games on this just generally, so I don't know. I mean, also there's like these little like bases over here that are pretty good, except they're really susceptible to drops and stuff, and they're on the low ground, so sometimes they're not easy to defend. So you don't see a lot of times that people will take those bases unless they're like troll games. We'll take it. Alright guys, sorry about that. My dad was just coming in here real quick to get my work clothes for tomorrow. I just wish he wouldn't come and disturb me for my awesome casting. So anyway, we're going to be having, one second. They only seem to disturb me during work. So anyway, with my mom this time. So we're going to be seeing just a standard, you know, little scout coming out of BaD Seed here. And actually, I'm going to have to pause one more time. All right, sorry. It's just helped me get the names of these players down better. So you're probably like wondering why this cut in 3 times. But anyway, so we're just going to be Forge Fast Expand. This map is pretty big, so you're going to be seeing a lot of macro games on this map. It tends to be around 20-ish minutes. It tends to be most of the game's length. Sometimes longer, sometimes a little less. But I'm just saying generally, this game, this is more of a macro style map, just due to the rush distance is so long. I believe he went pool before hatch. So we're probably going to be seeing the risky third, probably up around this location, coming from Skage, what's his name again? I forget his name. Skegg. We're going to call him Sketch because Sketch is the cool name. So Sketch is going to be doing the normal. I mean, we're not going to be seeing anything wacky, really. It's just standard stuff. We really shouldn't be doing anything. He put down a cannon before this. Now, this is just a little interesting thing. A Protoss can go Nexus before Forge. It's just more risky. So it depends on the style. Also, sometimes you'll get Forge and then 2 cannons, maybe 1 or 2 cannons, depending on what they really want to do. It really depends on what the person's playstyle is, what the situation really has. So sometimes you'll see a little different things, but generally you just call this general build Forge Fast Expand, because you're going to put down a Forge before Gateway, so it's not going to be like just a Fast Expand in general where you put a 1 gate expand. So, you know, I mean, 6 slings are coming in here. Game paused for a second. Oh, the game's still going. I just like wondering, like, why are they stopping all of a sudden? And there goes the risky third. It's like I always like to say it because it's always susceptible. But we're not going to be seeing this from the Zerg is a good idea. And I normally tend to say, I'll probably say that this build probably has like around a 75% win rate against Forge Fast Expands, just because you're not going to be worrying about too much of this. Of the games I've seen, when a person goes Forge Fast Expand and the Zerg reacts to this build, you tend to see Zerg tend to win more, just because they're not worried about any kind of early game aggression. So you're not going to be seeing it, because I mean the Gateway just finished, right? Now has 1 Zealot, so I mean you're not really going to be seeing too much. You're just going to be, and the Zerg's going to be like, okay, I can deal with this. They're going to be able to get this third base up, no problem. They're going to be able to macro. They'll be able to know when the Protoss is moving out. And, you know, since they have 9 larvae at their disposal, I mean, Lings are pretty easily able to run around the map, especially when they get Ling speed up, whenever that decides to come into gear. I don't know the standard timing for that. Nevertheless, we're going to have a little more delayed Cyber Core. You normally see this around 2 minutes, 15 seconds, so you're going to have like around a 2-minute delay. Most of your attacks are going to be slightly delayed, but maybe around, if you're going to go by that rule of thumb, maybe 2 minutes delayed. But with this build, normally comes +1. It just tends to be just standard into the build. Because, well, you're gonna have less units, so you're gonna want to be able to get that up. Also, +1 will help you deal with the Lings early on with Zealots, because I believe, 16 damage. This will allow you to 2-shot. 2-shot, I believe. Well, 2-shot versus you'll only do 1 shot, I believe, on the Ling. So just something to note there. Lair is about to finish, so we will maybe see a, depending on what he wants to go, we might see a Spire or, looks like Creep Colonies are going down for right now, but I wouldn't be surprised for a Spire to come down right now, which it will. It always tends to be around this area. I don't know why, but it's always in the main around there is what I've noticed. But nevertheless, he will be getting down Spire. I wouldn't be surprised for a Stargate to come down. Yep, which it will. So most times, standard openings for ZVP, Zerg will do this kind of, you know, pool before hatch, and then hatchery on the natural, and then take another expander on here, 14, 15 supply-ish. And then Protoss will force fast expand, you know, provided they don't die from the early 6 Lings, which doesn't normally happen at all. We'll get +1 from the Forge, get the Cyber Core up, and then go first straight on Stargate, and then get Corsair in response to deal with, to try to further supply block the for the Zerg, because it's really annoying to deal with when you have Corsair in your base. So that you'll tend to see, I believe we'll probably see being a Hydra Den coming down. Maybe not. But you normally see both Spire and Hydra Den. Just depend. You'll see probably Spire come down first. But I'm surprised no Hydra Den from the Zerg right now, from Skeg right now. So I'm surprised by this. Just generally, you normally see the Hydra Den finally going down as well. But it's really delayed. I mean, Spire will be out, thankfully, so he'll have to get Scourged, but now that's just it's minerals intake versus it's kind of like minerals versus, yeah, it's the complete opposite of minerals versus, oh, we might lose the Dragoon here, which he does. But now, depending on what you want to go, if you want to go more of a, if you don't mind spending gas, Scourge is probably the right unit to go. If you don't mind spending minerals, then Hydra the way to go. Most of the time you don't mind spending minerals as much as gas, because it's so minerals you get more of. But Scourge, I believe these have the same movement speed, so the Scourge won't actually catch up, but they'll continue to fly around. But you can even try to micro around them too. +1 just about finish. But like I was saying, sometimes you can deal with Scourge. However, you don't want to. Sometimes Hydra is the better choice, because you don't want to spend that 150. It's 75 to get 1 batch of them, so you probably want to get 2 batches of them. Versus, you know, Hydra, where they're more. I mean, they're more of their backbone of the army. So, general choice, most people go for Hydra, because you need the upgrades from them anyway. But trying to actually kill off this, trying to get really greedy right here with the Corsair. Will it connect? I don't think it will, though. I don't think it would even matter. And it looks like the Scourge will die. So, not really. I mean, again, not being quote unquote cost effective, but you need those there so they don't further supply block them. So now he's gonna be able to do some more. He should have Hydra here now. He has a couple Hydra, but not utilizing them. Surprised to just allowing his Corsair to just completely just get wrecked right now. And wow, that's pretty fast. That will, you know, make him really supply block. Will it die before though? No, it looks like he won't. It looks like I had 8 more HP. He probably could have. I don't know. That was risky if he would have gone for it. He might. Nope. Looks like he's satisfied with the damage he's done. Corsair. Is he continuing to produce more? You know, you don't know. You normally see from the Protoss like maybe 2 or 3 of them. You don't really see a lot of them. And then you see a Templar Archive following up, which will come up with Storm. So standard stuff really coming out of both players right now. You're not going to be seeing. I mean, he's going Hydra. The one thing though, where I think where a lot of Zergs kind of mess up this build is just from attacking really early on with the Hydra. And then they just ultimately die because they mean the lack of upgrades, because this build will get them +1, which means they're at an upgrade disadvantage. But they'll try to you know, think that they can engage, but they tend to engage right when Storm finishes. And I believe Storm should be starting, or it might already be completed right now. I should probably learn the timing of that Storm right now, but I'll be interested when the Storm. So around maybe 9 minutes. 9 minutes and 15 seconds, you'll see that we're around 70 supply. You're going to have a Storm initiating. Going to be going in here, trying to maybe deny this expand, but very well placed second colonies, and this will really know where for the Zealots to even get in there and do some damage. If he wanted to deny this expand, the best bet he probably could have done was to get Dragoons in there, but it's more risky to do so because Lynx can kind of completely catch Dragoons out of position there. Speed lots are pretty awesome because they're like Kenyans, but alien. And 77 supply to 79. So actually, Zerg's not too far behind the supply what I normally see in these kind of games. So a lot of cannons here getting +1 armor, not going for +2 attack. Surprisingly, you normally see a lot of people opt to go idle. Probes, by the way. You tend to see a lot. It looks like there's gonna be a big engagement here, but you tend to see Protoss go a lot more attack upgrades before this. This is a very tense moment. That is a lot of Hydra, though. That's a lot of Hydra. He doesn't have a High Templar down here. I don't think he has Storm completed yet. I think it takes around it's still not really doing much. Not utilizing his whole control group, though. This is the problem, though. He has to use all of his things. I don't know why he's not doing it, though. Hydra are good, but, you know, you need all of them. Maybe control grouping them right now. And it looks like he's content off 3 base. 3 base Hydra seems to be the route of choice here, but no upgrades. He needs to start getting those. They're really important. I don't even know what upgrade that is. I believe that's movement speed or carapace. Or not movement speed or whatever. I don't even know what they are. Killing up a couple zealots. They're not really being, you know, I don't like this at all. That really was kind of stupid of Sketch to do that. Seed, I'm just gonna start calling him Seed now. It's so bad, but Seed, I think he's doing, you know, the appropriate stuff he's supposed to be doing. It's just where you go this force fast expand build. Yeah, you have a better macro, but I mean, when the Zerg realizes like, oh, okay, you're gonna do that. Well, I'm gonna go take another base, and you can't do anything about it, and you're gonna cry about it because I'm gonna have map control. Now, keep in mind though, the Protoss can build up an army as long as they're not stupid and completely yeah, that was speed from the Overlords, by the way. Since if they're not stupid, they'll wait in the side of their base with a whole bunch of cannons, build up their army, 100 supply, 102 supply to 97. So they're actually still ahead in supply, so they're not out of this. They just made it look like that, but with the giant, I mean, swell of units. But I mean, 1 or 2 well-placed storms, that Hydra army is dead. But keep in mind, they do a lot of damage, and Storm, you know, sometimes doesn't work out too well. That's why sometimes you see the Muta in the ball just to try to snipe off the High Templar faster enough. But so that's why sometimes the Spires are idle. Corsair here could be utilizing them a little bit more. Storm is going off, not being the best Storm though. Trying to come out here. Will he be able to get enough though? That is a good Storm, beautiful Storm to 5. I think it was 5 Hydra just completely getting vaporized or melted away by that Storm. Does he have enough for more Storms? I don't think he does. No, he has 2 more Storms available, maybe even another one. Oh, look at those Hydra. I think that was 8 from that one Storm. Will he get another one? Oh, that's right on the army right there. Oh, man. Looking at that, that might have been just, wow. 102 supply to 82. So, Zerg not, I mean, probably lost around 20. He will get Lurker Tech out. Will he have an Observatory up yet? That normally follows up right when they see the Lurkers. And Protoss should probably be looking to expand, and I don't see an observatory, so they normally right when I've noticed, I mean, a lesson last game where the Protoss will be like, okay, I'm a good position, I'm going to go counterattack, except there's a lurker line there, so you're not going to be able to really kind of, you know, attack with a whole bunch of lurkers there, because they do extra damage to like every single Protoss unit. And you know, this is the interesting thing. I've noticed more and more in PvZ, you see a lot more Archons used, and I mean that's to stop mass ling. That's also to stop because I mean they do splash damage, 33 damage. You see a lot of Muta play as well, and I mean even a Hydra stack up, so you do a lot of damage. But it looks like he's just gonna run in here anyway. But there are lurkers there, or at least one lurker, which is gonna fend that attack away. For right now, at least, Observer. Did he get up down in Observatory? It should be coming down shortly. There's the Observatory. Maybe I missed that initially, but looks like that will deny that expand for right now. Looks like he's going to try to put that base down, but probably will ultimately fall from that Zergling. Does he have Hive Tech up yet? Not quite yet. Upgrades, again, aren't really being available. I don't see them. Maybe that might be plus. That might be, yeah, +1. So, but a big engagement's happening over here. Now, will the Archons be able to melt this army away? That's kind of key. Oh, he did lose 1, but not too many. Archons are very expensive units, very gas-heavy units. I believe they're 100, 300 if you do the math from 2 High Templars cost. So, like I was getting at before, since they're primarily, you know, shield, and you're not going to worry about EMP, then why don't you go shield upgrades? I mean, I know they're a little bit more expensive, but wouldn't that be so much more beneficial to the Archon? Because, I mean, look at that. They killed off all those Lings, and they barely took any of that. They didn't even take that much damage, and they regen that HP too. But will they be able to do it? They're on move command. Oh no, this could be really bad. Oh, is that gonna? He wants to be careful though. Doesn't want to lose these Archon. could be really bad. Yeah, 1 second. Alright, I think I've paused 5 times in this game. I had to fill up my Felch water bottle, and I wish my parents would not. But, again, so he's getting +2 just finishing right now. It just did, so these Dragoons will do 24 damage for Disruption, or Phase Disruptor. He's going mainly Ling right now. He's going to go in the natural here, and again, I never understand. I can't. I guess it destroys the main. If you can't wait, Hive Tech is about to come out, so he doesn't quite have Defiler Tech up yet. But a lot of the Protoss just wants to attack the natural. I don't know why. Why not take away these risky thirds? I just don't know why. I mean, if you can get the Dragoons in there, this isn't that as bad. But it looks like he's going in here anyway, and it looks like he's going to try to power his way through it, because it's just a strong wall here. There is a bit of lurkers here. Will he be able to break through this? I don't know. It looks like there isn't really much to defend it, but the Zerg's going to be coming from the rear of this army. Will the Dragoons be able to, do as much damage, because the Archons normally do a lot of the damage in the front, but it looks like he's just, there's nothing in the back, so he's just, I don't know how well the Dragoons are going to do well. Lings are coming in here, and they're going to do a lot of damage to the Dragoons here, trying to get in the best position as he can. Lurkers are doing a good amount of damage, especially since they do their full potential, 24 damage plus whatever else they want to do that, and they do that multiple damage per thing, and it looks like it got cleaned up, and I don't even know if that was really cost effective, I mean, at all for the Protoss. I mean, 73 supply to 75 to 33, so around the same supply for both players, but what did that accomplish? Killed a Hydra Den that comes up like in 30 seconds. And trying to micro the best of his ability, which he should be just fine, but looks like he's looking to expand here. You don't normally see these bases, but there is only one ramp. Just again, like Theocrafting, this isn't a terrible base, but sometimes it just doesn't work out too well. Again, a lot of people don't take their thirds actually with the gasless third. A lot of people just don't end up doing that on that, because why not? Because there's so many bases that have gases on them. Hey, but that tends to be like a 4th or 5th base, just generally speaking. But a lot of Lings are coming in here. Ling versus Dragoon are pretty good, getting pretty much a good surround, but trying to get in the best position as he can. But Lings do a pretty good amount of damage. Gonna try to be sending in much. Oh, attacking the High Templar, instantly dying, or completely getting melted away. He needs the Zelt in here to do as much damage as he can. Lings are being pretty pesky with these. He knows the timings of these pushes now. He knows he has map control right now, and this is the benefit of playing Zerg. You're gonna have this map control, especially on a big map, and when you have these Lings around, you're gonna be able to use them everywhere. Is that a ramp? Or is that like a false ramp? Does that go down all the way? I think it does. It must. But looks like he will be able to secure this base, but this is more vulnerable to attack right now. He could go for a Ling counterattack, but it looks like he's just he's gonna do a Doom Drop. That's what he's gonna do. Right in the main, he's not. This is gonna do a lot of damage. He wants to be careful. He is double expanding, so his army is further away from his main, so this could do a lot of damage. So he's gonna be packing up all these Lings. I think he has Crackling done at least. Yeah, it must have been. And getting up the Defiler Mound right now, and this drop is going to be commencing right now. And I don't know. Will he be able to storm that army, though? He does have enough for it. I think he does. But he's not paying attention. Why is he not paying attention? Why is he not? Oh, I thought there was a lot more stuff in that. But that's still going to do some more decent stuff. He needs to wait for that storm to finish. 60, so they don't have enough for instantly storms right now. But still have cannons in here, which is surprisingly being effective. Not utilizing the probes right now, which he could be using to help save. Yeah, I don't think that drop didn't really do much at all. I thought that was going to do a lot more damage. But at the same time, he's going to be attacking his third. Going to go and power his way through here with the Dragoons, which he wants to be doing so he can get those sunken colonies out of the way so the Zealots can do as much damage as they can. A lot of Lings are going to be in here, though. It's going to be difficult for the Dragoons to do any kind of damage as they can't get through them. And they're doing a lot of damage right now. Surprisingly, there's still stuff in the base right now, in the main base, and I think I thought the Protoss was able to break through that. Apparently not. Apparently the Zerg can wall off pretty well, and those Ling are looking pretty devastating. Mass Ling tends to work, I guess, and I think mainly because he just doesn't have the Archons in that army right now with the Dragoons, and that's exactly what he needs to have right now. Hydra kind of melting away from the Dragoons. Will he be able to do some damage? He does have an observer without speed, though. He still has these bases up, still has his third up, and not utilizing his fourth just quite yet. So, I don't know. Oh, he's losing a lot of stuff here. 77 supply to 87. So, ooh, Scourge are coming down here, just scouting around. What the heck's the doing? So, Prototype is only mining off of one base right now, actually. One base, because the main's being pretty much mined out. Not producing anything. I don't know why. And a big swell of lings are coming down to this base, which might actually just utterly destroy it. Because these lings are proving to be so difficult for Seed to deal with right now. And trying to storm lings, but sometimes not the best thing to do right here. But probably just because they're worried about losing those High Templar, are just generally going to be storming his own self right now, killing off 2 High Templars of his own self. And I don't 69 supply to 92, and it looks like he's just going to continue to expand out units. The a-hole right here, and just trying to just overwhelm his opponent, which is what Zerg's supposed to be doing. Has a lot of probes here, still not mining, and wow, it's still losing a High Templar. No, that's terrible. Seed has to be careful. He's constantly losing these units, and I really think it's really starting to hurt him right here. Trying to get cannons up here in a gateway apparently, but they're just gonna fall right quickly, especially when the lings get a good surround. Look how fast that pylon's dying, man. I mean, it's instant dead. And there's a GG by Seed. And yeah, so like I was saying earlier in the cast, sometimes Forge Fast Expands tend to lose against this build. Sometimes this is a very good count. This build is a very good hard counter to that build, to that opening. So, but to that notion, especially on this map because it's so big, Zerg can sometimes do it. So sometimes that early game aggression will actually help you, oddly enough. But nevertheless, so Seed, I think what hurt you is that you weren't getting. I mean, I could always say you could go shield upgrades for your Archon, but I mean, like, that's never standard. Or I think it's probably just disproven just generally because it's so expensive. But not even because of that. I think it's just the lack of Archons you had, because he was going such a swell mass ling. Remember, if you go Archon, they're like the counter to Ultra Ling, so you just get those armies up. See, the thing was, what happened was, you had a good army like mid game, like transferring from early game into mid game, but somehow it just depleted and died from your 2 pushes on the natural and the third, when you kind of just lost the main of your army, and the Zerg was able to do so. So I think you might need a better way to better angles to attack. Maybe doing some more drops. Storm drops could be susceptible to that third, I believe, and that would just pretty much stop the Zerg's macro just there for a while. So maybe drops could be an option. If you're gonna go with this build, at least drops do more. I'm trying to think of it. Get more Archons in your army, because they're gonna realize, okay, he's going mainly Mass Dragoon, which I mean is a main part of your army, because that's what will do a lot of the backbone to the damage. But you're gonna need those Zealots and Archons in there. I mean, a lot of time you're gonna see a lot of Zealot Archon builds here, and I don't. Not to say Dragoons aren't a good part, but sometimes they're not the mainly focused units. You normally see a lot of Zealot Archon mixed with this build, I believe. I mean, you get Archons, Dragoons later on to deal with Lurkers and Defilers, but sometimes you don't need them instantaneously. So sometimes, I mean, it's just something to think about. So I think one of those couple things you could work on. So either work on your drop play, which was because you didn't really harass much of this game, which let the Zerg macro up. And what was the other option? And get more Archons. And make sure the Archons are with your main army, because I saw, like, you had like 12 Dragoons that could have been rallied back to your base, but they just died because you didn't have Archons or any kind of Zealot supporting unit to deal with the link. So I mean, you even saw the pylon at the end of the game where it just instant died, so that could be an option. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. That was I believe Seed lost. So we're looking at Skeggaba. Skeg won that game, so SK Telecom's actually looking in the lead right now. It's going to be a 3-1 so far, so we'll have to see. There are 3 more games left in this series, 5, 6, and 7. Next game we're going to be seeing SGS's the Ants, who's going to be competing for Team All Kill Kings, who's going to be a Protoss on match point versus ESB, who's going to be competing for SK Telecom. So, and that's that. So that will be a PVT on match point coming up right next. All right, have a nice day, guys. Peace.